Stay tuned next for our Game of the Week, high school football on TV7, TV 34, a presentation of TV7 Sports. Our Game of the Week, local area high school football, coming up next.
All right, I'd like to welcome everyone out here to Carter Field in Vardaman in Tatertown. Tonight, are we, as the Vardaman Rounds be taking on Maben tonight. Have to forgive us, we're coming on a little bit late tonight as we're having a little bit of technical difficulty early. I am Adam Gordon. Joined by me tonight is Ken Johnson doing a little color commentary and with the stats. There's a give to Odie Armstrong right up the left side, or right side, correct that. There's a big gain. I believe he's picked up another first down. So the Vardaman offense has come out early in this ball game and sort of dominated on the ground. Ken, go ahead and give us, if you can, what we missed early in the ball game.
Well, on the first play from scrimmage, Greg Horton carried the ball for 20 yards, and as you just saw, Odie Armstrong picked up another first down there, so Vardaman driving early.
And Vardaman is in their own territory around the 20-yard line. We'll make it 21 as there is a handoff again to Armstrong. Armstrong's going to take to the left this time. He's got some blocks as he's running out of the room on the side, but he's going to tuck it in and take it in for the touchdown. Odie Armstrong taking it in as the Vardaman rolls early with 11:08 on the clock as they scored already 6-0. This is much like we've seen in the last couple of games with Vardaman. They come out, put up points on the board early as Odie Armstrong took that one in for about 21 to 20 yards out to put the Rounds on top 6-0.
Well, that was a quick drive for Vardaman. It took 3 plays, 55 yards, and at the 11:08 mark, it's 6-0 Vardaman with the extra point going up, and it looks good from here.
And the kick is good. Vardaman's got an excellent PAT kicker, Jose Guerrero there, as he went for 7 for 8 last week against Coldwater as he started off the ball game with a good kick straight down the middle. Good for the extra point, so that makes your score 7-0 early in this ball game. Vardaman leading with 11:08 to go here in the first quarter.
Again, this year, Vardaman is expected to do well. They should be the class of 1A this year and should be competing for that North Mississippi Championship. High expectations with Odie Armstrong, a senior this year. Long is being broken in at quarterback this year. He looks good early, and each game that Vardaman's played this year, they've blown their opponents out.
Yeah, they had a 55-0 stomping last week over Coldwater, who had just come off a victory 16-6 over a, well, I guess you could say, improving Coffeyville team on the road, as there is going to be a kick high and away. Going to be back to receive. It's going to be number 14, but stepping in front of him is number 9 for, as he's quickly brought down around the 23-yard line.
Number 9, Lionel Gaines, is the quarterback and defensive back for Biggersville. He was a starting quarterback last year for them. We did 2 games up at Biggersville, and he was an integral part of their offensive attack. Biggersville does not have a lot of players. They had about 17 last year, and they just have a little over 20 this year. They're competing with, again, 20 to 25 players, and the handoff is to number 20, and that is Jason Stafford. He and his brother, number 44, Jeremy Stafford, are an integral part also of the offense, and he'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play. We'll give him a 2nd down and 6 here for Stafford.
And lead the way that time with Odie Armstrong on the tackle. Of course, Odie's going to be a big part of the offense and defense. Also, a big key on that defense is going to be John Harden. He's one of the guys sort of likes to float back in the secondary and just pick off balls. He, I believe he got, if we have a false start there, I believe it's going to be on the offense, as Vardaman didn't look to move. We'll see what the officials call it. And that is the case, false start against Biggersville. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. See if that's going to mark them 1 yard behind, make it 2nd down and long 10 to go. We'll say short 11 for Biggersville. So as Ken was saying, really the quarterback's the only one, as Coach Bray pointed out in the Calhoun County Journal, that he's a talented quarterback. He can pass and he can run the ball. So he's going to have to be a big key figure in this ball game. As we said, Vardaman did not lose many seniors last year. As there's a keeper by the quarterback. As soon as we talk about having to get a lot of yards out of him, Vardaman had a lot of returning players from that team last year. And as we said, Vardaman is going to be one of the highly touted teams out of 1A this year.
Pickup is to the 29-yard line, so it'll be a pickup of about 6 yards on the play, bringing down third and long.
So it's third down. We'll say a long 5 to go, as it looks like it's maybe just shy of being halfway there, as Biggersville steps up to the line. I'd like to remind everyone to stay tuned for other ball games that you'll be seeing here on TV 7, TV 34 action tonight. As there's a pump fake, and he's going to have to roll out, but he's being in trouble, being chased down finally by Odie Armstrong, and number 45 of the Rams. Good job pursuit that time by Armstrong.
Backfield by Odie Armstrong.
He really did put the pressure on him that time, making Gaines lose a yard on the play, and so it'll bring down 4th down. And a good defensive stand on the initial series for Vardaman.
So it's going to be punting his back. It's going to be number 12 for Biggersville.
And to receive for Vardaman is number 10, Harden, and number 2, Horton. It's 2 Harden. Kind of a little fumble there, but he recovered, and Vardaman was starting good field position at about their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, I believe that's about where they started the first possession of the ball game. It took them no time to get down the field, as Odie Armstrong went in from about 20 yards out. So we'll see what Vardaman can do here on their second possession of the ball game. As we've seen in the past couple of ball games, Vardaman has no problem moving the ball on either of these defenses that they've come to face so far in these 2 games that they've played. So Vardaman right now in the early part of the season showing they have a strong offense. Of course, with Odie Armstrong returning for his senior year, you can expect to have another strong one, as they also have a lot of good receivers, and they're just having to break in a new quarterback to this offense. So we'll see how good he does on down the line. There's a give to Armstrong to the left side. He cuts back across the field. Good cut move. He's still on his feet, moving down the field as he just sort of sat down on top of one of the Biggersville players. And finally the whistle was blown dead as Armstrong picks up another first down and gain of 13 that time for Armstrong.
That was a good pickup for Armstrong. On 3 carries thus far, he has 48 yards. And every time that Vardaman has rushed the ball, they've gotten the first down. That's their third of the game.
And we have a timeout called on the field. I believe it's being charged to Biggersville. And with that, we'll take a break with them. You're watching Rounds Football on TV 7, TV 34, W07BN. And we're back to action here as Mitchell Johnson has now joined us on top of the press box, as he's having a little trouble getting here. I believe he had a little trouble in the fields, of course. He finally got him a rain. He's been needing, he's asking for a while. But we're back to action here on the field, as you have 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers near you here on the right side. The give again is to Armstrong. Armstrong was initially hitting the backfield, but he keeps his feet moving, breaking tackles, and carrying guys with him. That's the first time Vardaman has not gained a first down on a carry. So almost a better job that time, but Armstrong did a good job of just keeping his feet moving and trying to make something out of nothing as he come up second down and about 3 or 4 to go.
Thus far, Vardaman, 5 plays, 75 yards. Odie Armstrong's personal rushing, 4 carries, 55 yards. So off to a good productive night early for Armstrong.
And Armstrong once again is in the backfield, 2 receivers as rolls out to pass. There is a long pass down the field. Overshot his receiver, number 5.
Number 5, Travis Pratt, was wide open, but just a little bit overthrown there. Bring up 3rd down and a long 3.
Bring up 3rd down for the round.
We'll say 3rd down and long 3 to go is what Ken said. But as we said, Armstrong gaining put the ball in Armstrong's hand. He'd probably be able to pick up that first down. As he said, he's already got 55 yards on the night, so he's having a very productive night. As Vardaman comes up to the line of scrimmage, 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers set. Same set Vardaman's run the whole night so far. As there is the give to Armstrong. Armstrong with the ball going towards the right. He's trying to find some ground to run. He keeps his feet moving, dragging people with him. Gets out past the 30, and that's going to be a first down for the Rounds.
First down number 4 of the night for Armstrong. That pickup of 8 will get his total up to 63 on 5 carries thus far. So the 4th first down already for Vardaman, as they are showing their control.
And I guess you can say dominating early in this ball game is going to be Armstrong, already 63 yards. So he can 7.5 to go here in the first quarter. He can look to rush maybe a good 100 yards here in the first quarter of action. 2 receiver set, 2 men in the backfield. Armstrong is dotting the I. First give the first man through. Nowhere going as he about to picked up a gain of about maybe 2 on the play.
That's Trent Edmondson there, excuse me, on the carry.
Barton on the tackle for Biggersville. And we'll give him credit for about 1.5 yards as it'll be second down and a long 8 to go. We'll say solid 8 for the Rams. 7-0 is your score with 6:53 and counting here in the first quarter of action. We got another good ball game going on just right down the road from us. We got 2 undefeated teams in Houston with Houston and Grenada playing at Houston. That's going to be a highly touted ball game as they talked about it earlier today on the news. So that's going to be a good one for us there for Coach Funk and his Toppers over in Houston. As there is a give to Armstrong. Armstrong cuts back up the middle, breaking tackles, sort of shedding guys off of him. Armstrong leaving a trail of Biggersville players, and you can see he picks up yet another first down, brings the ball out to around the 15-yard line.
That's a pickup of 11 yards on the play. After 9 plays, Vardaman has 96 yards, so they're averaging over 10 yards per play.
So that's a good productive average right there for the Rams. And you like to see the way the Rams are playing early this season as they have a 2-back, 2-receiver set. Give is the first man through, Edmondson. Edmondson get hit hard in the middle. And I believe the ball came loose. We'll see what the officials say. And that is the case, and Biggersville has recovered. So there's a bright spot for Biggersville. See if they can take advantage of that miscue there by the Rams. First turnover on the ball game of tonight.
So Vardaman driving right down the field, and that's a big stopper there. And Biggersville with a chance to try to turn the tide here.
6:02 to go here in the first. 7-0 is your score. Vardaman easily in control. Got a lot of yards already on the offensive end. So we'll see if Vardaman can step up and answer the bell right here as their offense turn it over back to their defense. Give to the first man through, number 6, and he picks up pretty good yardage that time. Just a little quick give trying to catch Vardaman off their feet, and he ended up picking up about 7 on the play.
Number 6 is Montoya Leonard, listed as 5'11", 200-pound junior, fullback and linebacker.
So they've got a long way to go for Biggersville as there's a gain of 7 that time. As Biggersville spreads out the offense, 1 receiver on each side, split backfield. There is a fumble there that time against Biggersville. We'll see who comes up with it.
Fumble on the play.
And they're going to say Vardaman has it right back. So Vardaman getting the ball back after so the defense answers the bell, getting the ball back. Their offense turned it over. They get the turnover, so give both teams 1 turnover with the fumble tonight. As that was just a bad exchange between center and quarterback that time. Center just shot the ball straight up in the air.
From the line, 15-yard line.
So back to where they had the ball on the 15 for the Rams. So the Lions have to step up big here on defense now. As Ken said, they don't have many players, so they didn't swap many people off from offense to defense. And you have to think that defense for the Lions are tired. Give again as the first man through, Edmondson. He keeps his feet moving. He took a hard shot that time by the Lions, but he was able to keep his feet moving and pick up about, make that Mims on the carry, pick up about 3 on the play. So it'll be second down and 7 to go.
Stop by Justin Reinhardt.
Odie Armstrong's going to check out the game along with John Harden. So 2 of your key offensive players checking out there. We'll see what the Rams choose to do here. I believe they're going to put Mims and Horton in the backfield. So that's one thing Vardaman's got. They got a lot of talent on the offensive end in the backfield and receivers. Has two running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers, split to the right. Pitch out to Horton. Horton gets the ball. He's running. He's got blockers, good blocking. He goes in untouched for the touchdown. With 4:41 to go here in the first, the Rams put more points on the board. Greg Horton that time runs the touchdown.
That's his second carry of the night. It'll bring him up to 32 yards total. It's 4:41 of the first period. It's 13-0, awaiting the extra point.
As Jose Guerrero is going to step up and attempt this one. He was good on his first one. Went 7 for 8 the other night.
Jose Guerrero will attempt the extra
As
point.
there's the kick. It is up. It too is good.
It's good.
So he's 2 for 2 on the night. As Vardaman 14-0 with 4:41 remaining for the Rams. And with that score, we'll go yet to another break. We'll be back. You're watching Rams football here on W07BN, TV7, TV34. And we're back to action here as you see the Rams getting ready to kick off yet for a second time here in this first quarter of action. 14-0 is your score. There is the kick. It's sort of a low kick that time, selling out of bounds. So that's going to bring the ball up to the 35, maybe up a little bit further for Biggersville. So I guess you can say this is going to be Biggersville's best position of the night, Ken.
It will be by far, and they've yet to get a first down. They've run 4 offensive plays and have no success at all.
So as you heard there, there's a little success coming out of Biggersville tonight on the offensive end, as I believe they're going to get the ball market around the
Their own 35-yard line.
around the own 35-yard line. So that is going to be the best field position for Biggersville tonight. But as we said, the Rams defense getting things done tonight on their end as they're being led by the way as we have a water timeout here. We'll give you a quick rundown of the sponsors if I can get them over here. Here we go. Gersani Rebel Motors in Oxford. Classic Exteriors in Houston for your professional vinyl siding installation. Grenada Nissan. Contact Ricky Hill at 226-2116. That's Ricky Hill at 226-2116. Pilen Wholesale Furniture in Pilen. Calhoun Apparel Incorporated of Calhoun City. You got Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma. Ward Shortstop in Vardaman. Mott's Supermarket in Vardaman. Ablis Staffing in Tupelo. Taylor Cabinets in Grenada, and TDS Colorcom in Calhoun City. All sponsors of this Vardaman and Biggersville ball game tonight. Be sure and go by and tell them thank you for sponsoring Rams football. I believe this is the first game we've covered so far this season for the Rams. And really, as we said, they've really had no tests so far this season on either on the road or home. They made light work out of Coldwater last week, 55-0 is the final score there. As they're getting things done on the offensive and defensive end, and you got to like to see that if you're a Rams fan. So it's going to be first down and 10 to go from the 35. There's Wishbone in the backfield, gives to the third man through, number 44, and he was wrapped up quickly there that time by number 8 for Vardaman.
That was Jeremy Stafford's first carry of the night. We'll give him 2 yards on the carry. Bring down a 2nd and 8 from the Biggersville 37-yard line.
She takes a shot right there. The Vardaman cheerleaders having a lot to cheer for early in this ball game. 14-0 is your score with 4:11 to go here in the first. Give to the number 6 as he's breaking, got some good real estate, and finally brought down by Vardaman as he was trying to fight for everything he can get that time, but still, say it's going to be just a yard or two. We'll say a yard short of the first down. They've got to get out to the 45 for the first down. They're going to mark it at the 44, so 3rd down and 1 to go.
Leonard is our power man. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. His second carry of the night for 12 yards.
So he's got 2 carries for 12 yards, as again said there. 3rd down and 1 to go. So this is possession play right here. Vardaman's defense want to step up big as it gives the first man through, and I believe he's going to have the first down as he got just crossed the 45, so give him credit for the first down. And finally, Biggersville is putting a little bit of offensive charge on the field right now as they're moving the ball down the field, and finally I think picking up their first down of the ball game.
It is their first down. On their 8th play, they have 25 yards in total offense thus far.
So Biggersville with a little momentum on their side now. Want to keep it rolling here, getting up near the 50-yard line. I believe Coldwater last week did not even see anything past the 50-yard line, as there is, looked like it's trying to be an option, but number 54 coming in there messing things up for Vardaman. Tackle for a big loss that time. We'll see where they're going to mark him. Look like a mark. They're going to lose him about 7 yards.
That's Gary Howell, a 190-pound 11th grader at guard, making the big tackle there.
So there was a tackle for a loss. So it's going to be 2nd down and 17 for the line. So as soon as we say they're getting near the 50, the Rams backing back up. But as I was saying, Coldwater did not even see any side of the field past their own 50-yard or past the 50-yard line, as the Rams defense balled them up last week and kept them scoreless. As there's a give to number 20. Big hit that time by number 31 and Odie Armstrong. So Odie Armstrong coming there with another good shot. I believe that's going to be his 2nd or maybe 3rd tackle on the ball game.
Hello with Armstrong. Gain of 1, 3rd down and 16.
We got it going to come up on the 2-minute warning here. And Vardaman, 14-0 is your score. So the Rams out early in this ball game, taking control. 3rd down, and we'll say 15. We'll say a long 15 to go for Biggersville Lions. Wishbone backfield with 2 receivers on Both sides of the line. There's going to be a pass intended for number 4, but thrown behind him, nowhere near him, as he heard Pratt coming up behind him, and he sort of got scared that time, let the ball go. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 15 to go.
So another good defensive stand for Vardaman. They only allowed 1 first down, and then they got serious and played some good defense, leaving them in a 4th and 15 situation. Back to punt for Biggersville is number 12, and he is not on the roster.
And there's a good high punt that time, as Vardaman's just going to get out of the way of it and let it roll. So this is going to be the worst field position just behind the 35, we'll say the 34-yard line for Vardaman. That's where they'll take over, 1st down and 10 to go. And this, as we said, is going to be the longest drive they're going to have to go so far in the ball game. But the way the offense is going, Ken, you have to say it's not going to be really too much of a tough job for them to go. As I believe you said a while ago, they're averaging 10 yards per play.
Well, right now it stands at 12 offensive plays, 116 yards, so that averages over 10 yards per play. So a very productive night thus far for the Vardaman offense.
Armstrong is dotting the line in the backfield along with Mims. You've got 2 receivers, Pratt. As there is a give to Armstrong. He breaks to the outside looking for blockers. He does get a big block as he's breaking tackles. Good stiff arm that time as he cuts to the inside, and here goes Armstrong. Give him 6. Armstrong, 1 play, 6 points. No time off the board that time, not much at all. 1:22 now left in the ball game. Is now the score is 20-0. Vardaman putting on a clinic early here from Tatertown.
So at 1:22 the first quarter, we've got us a blowout already, and we kind of expected this, Adam. The Vardaman offense is much more speedier than the Biggersville defense, and they are showing it.
I believe that should have put Armstrong over the 100-yard mark already. I don't know. As there, Guerrero putting up another kick off the ambulance. And it's good. 3 for 3 on the night for Guerrero, so he's doing his job. That's one thing Vardaman's been known to have. They've been having good kicking game. As Guerrero there, you look at him as he's going to the sideline. So we'll keep it here with 1:22 to go. Vardaman to kick off one more time here. Or, well, we can say another time. We don't know if it'll be one more time. As quick as they scored a few times, they can put more points on the board if they can get the ball back from Biggersville. 21-0 is your score with 1:22 to go here in Vardaman at Carter Field. As I said, I'm Adam Gore, joined by Ken Johnson and Mitchell Johnson. Mitchell had a little trouble getting here, and I guess not used to the 7 o'clock start. As I got here a little bit late myself, we missed a few plays on the opening drive for the Rounds. But nevertheless, we are here bringing you this action on TV7, TV34 Bruce. Vardaman set to tee it off here for the 3rd time in the ball game. There is a kick, good kick this time, going to the middle of the field. And it's returnable by Biggersville. And a whole host of Rounds that time on the tackle around the 30-yard line. We'll give him credit for probably about the 29 if they'll give him a favorable spot, and that should be where it is, around the 29-yard line. So we'll say it's just shy of the 29, but that's where we'll call it the 31-yard line. We'll say they got further than I thought they did. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions. And, you know, this is about where they used to starting off in the ball game, around their own 30. They've been pinned back and really hadn't been able to get anything started. They had a drive going a while ago, but had a big tackle for a loss by Vardaman, and then sort of sputtered from there. So we'll see if they can get anything started here. Wishbone in the backfield, quarterback keeper, but he is met in the backfield, nothing doing. As once again, number 54 for his 2nd tackle for a loss in the ball game.
Number 54, Gary Howell has been at the right place at the right time in the past several plays, leaving Biggersville in a tough situation.
Gary Howell, once again, as I said, 2nd tackle for a loss, will be 2nd down, and we'll say 14 to go for the Lions. We're coming under a minute to go, 42 seconds and counting here in the 1st. 21-0 is your score, so Vardaman, as we expected, easily in control here in the ball game. There's a fumble on the play, but the quarterback picked it up. He's trying to make something out of nothing, and finally does get around the end, but he's brought out of bounds. The referee wanted to throw a flag that time as he was tackled out of bounds, but he said, I guess momentum carried him that way. As the quarterback slowly getting up for Lions as he's tackled on top of the water cage, he's able to get up as you take a look at him there across the field. 27 seconds to go, gain of 3, 3rd down and 12 to go for the Lions. So possession down here for the Lions. Vardaman want to step up big. Got to watch for the pass, as I believe they've only attempted maybe 1 or 2 passes. Hadn't completed any yet so far in the ball game. So 3 men in the backfield. Possession down for the Lions. Fake pitch out. Pass up the middle is incomplete. They want a pass interference called, but it's good defense that time, as Vardaman got a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time. As once again he was slowly getting up, but it's 4th down for the Rams, as they're going to send back Harden and Horton, I do believe, to return the kick. Number 2 and number 10 for the Rams.
A telling stat for you, Adam. Each team is ran about the same number of plays. Vardaman 13, Biggersville 14. On the 14 plays for Biggersville, they've gained 17 yards. On the 13 plays for Vardaman, they've gained a total of 190.
And we just had a flag called against Biggersville. I didn't see what the referee called, so it didn't motion one. I was going to say illegal substitution on the line for Biggersville, so that's going to back them up 5 yards, give Vardaman, if they need it, any better field position in the ball game. There's the kick. It's away, and it's going to go back, returnable this time to number 2.
That's Horton.
Horton picks up the ball. He's got a block, and he finally brought down around the 40. So they've got 10 seconds to go on the clock. And Ken, I believe that's plenty of time for them to score, as we've seen them. One play put up 6 points on the last possession for the Rams by Odie Armstrong.
That is plenty of time. And speaking of Odie Armstrong, just to update you on his stats, 2 touchdowns thus far, 7 carries, 140 yards. So that's 20 yards every time he touches the ball.
And that's big real estate right there. If you're a Rams fan, you got to like that so far early in the season. Of course, some people might be saying they don't have much competition, but this is, I believe, right here, Biggersville is division play for the Rams. So we'll see how they fare in the division. As there's a pitch out to Horton. He's got to pick up some blockers. He tries to turn to the outside. He does get some blocks. And there is a carry by Horton. The same exact play they ran with Odie Armstrong a while ago, and he ran, well, I guess you could say you can figure out how fast he ran. He had 10.9 seconds left on the clock around the 40, and he just ran the clock down to 0.9 seconds left. So that's pretty good speed that time by Horton, as he puts 6 more points on the board. 27-0 is your score. Vardaman early in this ball game putting on a clinic and putting on the, I guess you could say, just sort of burying them early, as Guerrero to attempt once again another PAT. We'll see if he can connect on his 4th tonight. Kick is up. And guess what? It's good.
After by Guerrero, it's good.
So with 0.9 seconds left on the clock, we'll keep it here. And Ken, really don't see any mistakes coming out of Vardaman tonight early in the ball game. They're executing every play. They're getting the key blocks down the field, which has sprung them open for 2 big back-to-back runs for touchdowns.
The only miscue was the fumble down close in, but other than that, it only take a play or 2 and they are in the end zone. With less than 1 second to go in the first quarter, it's already 28-0. Horton has 2 touchdowns thus far, as does Odie Armstrong. Horton's totals now with that touchdown, 3 carries, 72 yards.
And we're set here to tee it off for Vardaman for the 4th time here in the first. And this will be the last time in the first. I can guarantee it with 0.9 seconds to go, as Biggersville is about to return. Sort of a little fake kick as they kicked it to the sidelines. And they wave for a fair catch, which number 44 for Biggersville. That gives them the ball around the 26-yard line. And that's the end of your first. 28-0 is your score here from Carter Field. I'll be turning over my headsets to Mitchell Johnson. We'll be back after this message.
And welcome back to Carter Field for the exciting second quarter of play. The Vardaman Rams out in front of the Biggersville Lions by a score 28-0. It's been all Vardaman here so far tonight. We joined us late. This is Mitchell Johnson along with Ken Johnson and Adam Gore. And as Adam mentioned a moment or two ago, I was a little late about showing up this evening. Fumble on the snap.
Fumble on the play.
A couple of Vardaman players indicating that the Rams will have possession. We'll have to wait and see. That will be the case. Vardaman will have possession of the fumble. They'll be in business once again, 1st and 10, in great shape as far as field position is concerned. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams, operating from the Biggersville 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Again, if you get an opportunity, go by and tell some of these fine sponsors you appreciate them sponsoring Ram football this evening. They include Grisani Rebel Motors in Oxford, Classic Exteriors in Houston, Grenada Nissan in Grenada, Pylon Wholesale Furniture, Calhoun Apparel in Calhoun City, Parker Brothers Trucking Derma, Ward Shortstop Vardaman. We'll continue with our sponsor list in a moment. 1st and 10 will go Vardaman as Brian West sets his offense, drops in the pocket, wants to throw, passes in the air. It's going to be batted around, incomplete. It was intended for Melvin Pierce, wide receiver junior at 160 pounds. Penalty marker down near the end zone. Could be a little defensive pass interference or offensive. Could go either way. Ken, what do you think?
I really didn't get a good view of it, so it looks to me either way. I wouldn't know.
That's going to work against the Rams. There will be some offensive pass interference. Continuing now with our sponsor list on the evening. They include Mounts Supermarket here in Vardaman, Ablis Staffing in Tupelo, Taylor Cabinets in Grenada, and TDS Telecom Incorporated in Calhoun City. A total of 11 sponsors that are happy to bring you Vardaman Ram football this evening from Carterville.
Mitchell, that was a big penalty, a 15-yarder, the initial penalty of the night for Vardaman, bringing a 1st and 25 situation.
1st and long, as you mentioned, Ken. Ball's going to be marked around the 40-yard line, still operating from Lion territory, closer to the left hash mark. As your quarterback, West up under center. Give goes to Armstrong up the gut there. He's at the 40-30, still on his feet, shedding tackles. Going to the end zone. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Vardaman. Odie Armstrong once again got the call up the gut. He's a senior, 210-pounder. He found an opening and scampered 40-something yards for the score. 44-yard carry for Odie Armstrong with 11 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. They'll make it Vardaman 34, Biggersville 0. All Rams here tonight. Jose Guerrero on attempt to PAT. The kick is up. Plenty long, plenty high, plenty true. Guerrero adds the exclamation point. So, as I mentioned earlier, with almost all the second quarter remaining, is Vardaman 35, Biggersville 0. Ken's busy keeping some statistics as usual. Adam's now minding the camera. I finally made it up on top of the press box. Adam and I are going to alternate play-by-play every other quarter, I think.
You know, Mitchell, with this scoring, it makes my hand a little cramped already. We're just now early in the second quarter, and the Vardaman folks are putting my hand to work.
These Rams can post some big numbers, and they can do it quickly. No question about that. They're 2-0 in this early 2000 campaign. And as you well know, Ken, they have had some blowouts already this year. I think they won something last week. Was it like 51-3 or somewhere in that neighborhood, I think? 55-0 over Coldwater. 55-0, okay. Vardaman. I noticed in the Tupelo paper earlier in the week, they are picked number 1 in the small school poll. So hopefully this will be the year for the Rams. Kick is away at the 20-yard line with a return for Biggersville. He is hammered down around the 15, hit hard in there, and that stop was made by Jason Mims on special teams, a sophomore. Did a nice job getting down there and making the big tackle for Vardaman. So once again, the Lions will find themselves with bad field position to start this offensive set. They'll start this series from around their own 14. There's about 86 yards to go for pay dirt. Will be Biggersville. Biggersville is coached by Timmy Moore. Assistant coaches Bob Rayner, Jay Walker, and Ray Nash. Coaches for the Rams include Mark Bray, head coach, Greg Pepper, and Greg Haynes. 1st and 10. We'll go the Lions. Give goes to the first man through up the gut. He is tripped down after a minimal gain on the pickup. I think that might have been Jason Stafford with the carry for Biggersville. We'll give him 2. We'll bring up second down here and about 8 yards to go for the first. Player sub checking in for Biggersville. A 14 who we don't have a listing for, unfortunately, in our roster. Checking in for Biggersville, as does Matthew Harris as well. The Lions break huddle and work their way. Excuse me, Ken.
I checked with the coach earlier, and number 14 is Barrett Rousey.
Okay, Lionel Gates up under center. Give goes to the tailback on the right side. Penalty marker down. Again, a minimal gain on the carry. Nice job defensively as far as Vardaman goes. And on the stop for the Rams will be Gary Howell. He's a junior 190-pounder. Defensive tackle. We'll have to wait and get the official ruling on the penalty. Offsetting penalties, I think.
Holding on the line.
Or maybe it was holding. As a public address announcer, Keith Spencer just announced here from Carterville. Missed that one. That'll bring a third down coming up here. Possession play facing the Lions. And again, about 8 yards to go for the first. Operating from deep narrow on into the field, around the 16 now. Ken, we're going to talk in a minute or two, if you would, about the upcoming BYU-Mississippi State matchup. I believe that's going to be on a Thursday night. Is that correct?
It is, and I'll be watching.
Lionel Gates up under center, working on the wishbone in the backfield. The official's going to whistle the play dead before we can get a conclusion to the play. Penalty marker in the defensive secondary. Let's see what's going on here. Delay of game call against the Lions. That'll be a 5-yard assessment. Biggersville certainly doesn't need to shoot themselves in the foot. Unable to generate much offense here tonight, and not a single point up on the scoreboard so far. With 9:50 remaining in the second quarter, they need every break they can. Penalties declined as well.
Well, Mitchell, you're a Mississippi State graduate, and I'm a Brigham Young graduate, but we can still get along except for Thursday night.
Absolutely. Let's get along tonight. We're pretty high up on top of this press box anyway. We don't want anybody's flying off of this press box tonight. Third down, possession play for the Lions. From the shotgun formation, now snap is nearly over the head of Lionel Gaines. Gaines in trouble now, back at his own 5-yard line, trying to motion the receiver downfield. Passes in the air. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Ivan Crump. Crump's a junior 160-pounder wide receiver. Could not make the connection. That'll bring up a punting situation once again for the Biggersville Lions with a 4th down and 8 yards to go.
Biggersville very anemic on the night. That's their 18th play of the game, and they have 18 yards in total offense, so averaging 1 yard per play.
Oh, my. That will not get it done against this stingy Ram defense, as you fans well know. Punting unit on the field for the Lions. Back to receive the punt for the Rams will be John Harden, as well as Greg Horton. Punter waits a snap back, getting the rush is on, almost blocked, got the punt away, however. It's going to hit around the 40-yard line, and the roll will take a couple of Lion rolls, will be down around the 43. Adams shooing away the Mosquitoes here tonight. We are being bombarded. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Great shape as far as field position is concerned. Once again, really played with a short field so far here in the first half of play. It'll be 1st and 10 for Vardaman, operating from the Biggersville 43, 44-yard line.
And Mitchell, we are under attack. There are bugs everywhere tonight.
They certainly are. And here I forgot my mosquito spray too. I tell you what, Ken, I had a chance to see BYU play earlier in the year. I think they were playing against Florida State, if I'm not mistaken. Did you catch that game by any chance?
I was in the Caribbean then, so I didn't get a chance to see it. I knew it was going to be a blowout, and so I didn't really want to watch it anyway.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Penalty marker down before we get a snap off. Perhaps another delay of game call. I'll have to wait and see here. That will be the call. Working against Vardaman this time. 5-yard assessment. It'll still be 1st down, but with 15 now to go for another 1st. I'll tell you what, Ken, anybody that plays the Seminoles, it tends to get unexciting before the game's over so far this season anyway.
That's true, and if you're a team that plays at altitude and you come to hot Florida in the latter part of August, that is another thing against you, so you don't need any more than the Seminoles to go against you.
Absolutely. 1st and 15 for Vardaman from their own 48-yard line. Long snap count. It goes to Horton on the near side, trying to turn the corner. He's being hit by several Lion defenders, finally taken down around the 43, 44-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards on the carry. We'll give him 6, bring up a 2nd down here, and about 9 yards to go for the 1st.
Gain of 5, bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Rams.
Checking in the game offensively for Vardaman will be Tony Shaw, as he brings in the coaching staff instructions from the near sideline. Rams break huddle and work their way up. Lion defense set, ready to go out there. They're showing a 4-man front defensively with a 3-man linebacker core, 43 defense for the Lions. Quarterback wants to throw. Ball is in the air. It's going to be caught. Good catch on the part of Tony Shaw. He's down near the goal line. They're going to rule him down around the 1-foot line, I think.
The number 3, Tony Shaw.
Great catch on the part of Shaw, as the ball just hung in the air long enough for Shaw to run under the floating pass and make the grab. I thought he had 6. That'll be 1st and goal now for the Rams. Operating from inside the 1-yard line of the Lions, knocking on the door with 8 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the first half of play, second quarter, and the clock is on the move. Vardaman looking to add to the already lopsided score of 35-0. Brian West brings his team up, working out of the two-man eye in the backfield this time. Went out split wide to the right side in Melvin Pierce. West, long snap count. Give goes to the first man through Armstrong. He's in, no problem. Touchdown, Odie Armstrong. Armstrong, the senior, running back at 210 pounds. Mr. Preseason everything this year. Just glides into the end zone to put 6 more points up on the board for Vardaman. 41-0 your score. A blowout here in the second quarter of play. Ken, as you and Adam were discussing a moment or two ago, I sort of expected this before I came over to Carter Field here tonight.
I did too. This is not a true test for Vardaman. It's just get some people some playing time as the extra point is good, making the score 42-0 at the 7:53 mark of the second quarter. But next week at Smithville will be more of an indicator of what Vardaman has.
Absolutely, the Rams will be tested at Smithville, as you mentioned, 42-0, as you mentioned as well, with 7:53 remaining in the first half of play.
The OD total for tonight, 4 touchdowns thus far, 9 carries, 181 yards.
Wow, Odie Armstrong having a huge game tonight, and we still have almost 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Lions set to receive the kick. Back deep to receive for Biggersville will be Matthew Harris, as well as Lionel Gates. And the kick is away by Tony Shaw. And this will be Lionel Gates on a return at the 15-yard line, trying to find a block, trying to swing outside, being pulled down from behind before he reaches the 20. Nice open field tackle on the part of Melvin Pierce. He's a junior 160-pounder.
Number 4 of the Rams, Melvin Pierce.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions, operating once again from inside their own 20. They've really had to go almost the length of the field on just about all their offensive possessions so far here tonight, Ken. That's really got to hurt.
It really does. I don't think they have been outside their 35-yard line on a start of a possession.
When you got to go at least 70 yards each time you get your offense on the field against a team the caliber of the Rams, that spells trouble. 1st and 10 will go. The Lions goes to the first man through out over the 22, 23-yard line, and that was Leonard with the carry. He's a junior 200-pounder fullback. Montoya Leonard, 5 feet 11 inches tall. Penalty marker down. So we can get, it's going to be holding or face mask, one of the two. I wasn't able to pick it up initially against Vardaman. We'll get another indication in a moment or two. Ken, that should be a very interesting matchup next Friday night, as you mentioned, at Smithville.
Yeah, we did the game here last year, and Vardaman looked very impressive. It'd be interesting to see what they can do when they go to the enemy's territory.
Absolutely. 1st down and less than a yard to go now for the Lions. Around their own 28, 29-yard line. Goes to the tailback, 1st down yardage. He fights his way out over the 35 to the 36. Pretty good pop in there by Jason Stafford.
Stafford here, stopped by Brian Penny.
Plenty of room for a Lion 1st down. The chain crew will move the sticks across the way on the sideline. It'll be 1st and 10 for Biggersville.
That'll be their 2nd 1st down of the night.
2nd 1st down for Biggersville of the evening, according to Ken Johnson. That is amazing, with just under 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Wishbone backfield for Biggersville. Goes to the tailback out over the 40. Finally ridden down around the 42, 43. That was Jeremy Stafford with the carry, I think.
Jeremy Stafford, your ball carrier, stop by.
Give him about 6 on the carry. Bring up a 2nd down here. We'll call it 4 to go for the 1st.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 for the Lions.
That ball is marked in Biggersville territory between the 42 and the 43-yard line. Mix up in the backfield. Goes to the first man through. This is Leonard with a carry. Pretty good pop in there for 1st down yardage. We'll go Leonard. Before he is finally wrestled to the ground by a host of Rams. And on the stop for Vardaman was Jonathan Denley. He's a junior 190-pounder. That will move the sticks, however. It'll be 1st and 10 facing the Lions. Officials timeout on the field with 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. It's Vardaman 42, Biggersville zip. Let's take a station break. You're watching Ram football on TV 7, TV 34, your local sports connections. Back in a moment.
Here for the Rams, Carmen Hood.
Back to action now. 1st and 10 are the Lions from their own 47-yard line. It goes to the tailback up the middle. Nowhere to go. He is hammered down by a couple of Ram defenders. And on the stop of Vardaman was Justin Holloway. He's a senior tackle of 280 pounds. Be a loss on the carry. Here, we'll bring up a second down here. We'll call it 12 now to go for the first. Ball was marked back around the 46-yard line. Under 6 minutes remaining in the half now. 5:48 to be exact, counting. And the clock is on the move. Vardaman 42, Biggersville 0. All Rams here tonight. Second and long, facing the Lions here. Pitch back, pitch sweep on the left side. Going to Jeremy Stafford. Stafford with daylight out over the 40. Finally ridden down around the 39-yard line. Tackle was made by Trent Edmondson. He is a junior 150-pounder. Plenty of room for a Biggersville first down. Tell you what, Ken, these Lions are starting to put together a pretty impressive drive here due to get basically on the ground attack.
They've put together 3 first downs on this drive, and they only had 1 in the game before that, so they are moving the ball fairly well.
First and 10, we'll go Biggersville out of that wishbone in the backfield, wide out split left and right. Give goes to the first man through for a minimal gain on that carry. Nothing doing up the gut that time. And on the stop for Vardaman was Taylor Stinnett. Stinnett is a senior 230-pound tackle. Give him 2. Bring up a second down here, and 8 yards to go for the Lions. That ball is resting in Ram territory around the 37-yard line. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, but is this not the deepest penetration by the Lions so far here tonight?
Oh, yes, by far.
Lions break their huddle and work their way up to the line of scrimmage. Clock is on the move now with 4 minutes and 37 ticks remaining in the second quarter of play. So working out that wishbone in the backfield as Lionel Gates sets his offense. Give goes to the tailback on the right side. Fumbles the ball. It's going to be recovered by a Ram, and it's Tony Shaw off to the races. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. One man to beat. It's at the 30. Cuts across field. Nobody's going to catch him. 20, 10. Touchdown, Vardaman. Tony Shaw, the junior 170-pounder, alertly scooped up the fumble and raced down the field to put 6 more points up on the board for the Rams of Vardaman. They scored well here so far here tonight, Ken. I tell you what, any way you want to look at it, special teams, defense, offense, they got it going on tonight.
They really do. And that was a 70-yard return by Shaw. They had a bunch of defenders on that side and didn't have any blockers. As soon as he fumbled the ball, Shaw picked it up, and he had a lot of blockers to carry him to 70 yards.
He certainly did. On to attempt the PAT will be Jose Guerrero. He's been perfect, I think, so far here tonight. Guerrero awaiting the snap back. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up. It's got plenty of height, plenty of distance, and it's good. Guerrero, yet again, tacks on the PAT to make it a 49-0 blowout here with 4 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Again, some of our fine sponsors this evening include Grisani Rebel Motors in Oxford, Classic Exteriors in Houston, Grenada Nissan. Contact Ricky Hill, 226-2116. Pylon Wholesale Furniture, Calhoun Apparel Incorporated in Calhoun City, Parker Brothers Trucking Derma, Ward Shortstop here in Vardaman, Mount Supermarket in Vardaman, Abel Staffing in Tupelo, Taylor Cabinets in Grenada, and TDS Telecom Incorporated in Calhoun City.
Mitchell, a lot of young guys should get a chance to get dirty tonight for Vardaman.
Absolutely. I would suspect that Coach Mark Bray will allow some players to get some playing time here in the second half of play tonight, and rightfully so, with a large margin on the scoreboard at 49-0. And the kick is away by Tony Shaw. Ball is fumbled on the kick return, and down around the 20-yard line will be Biggersville. Penalty marker down. That's going to work against Vardaman, I think. Perhaps a little unsportsmanlike conduct call. We'll just have to wait and get the official ruling.
Penalty flag on the play.
No, the official was looking. Clipping call against Biggersville. Pardon me.
That kind of confused me there because it seems that one of the officials looked at a Vardaman player and threw the flag kind of at him like he had said something out of the ordinary.
That's exactly my line of thinking too, Ken, but I guess we both were wrong. Go figure. That penalty will work against Biggersville, as we mentioned a moment or two ago. Holding penalties carry with them a assessment of some 10 yards. So they'll start once again from deep in their own territory. First and 10 will go the Lions from just inside their own 10-yard line. 90 yards of real estate ahead of them with 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. And a lot of catching up to do on the scoreboard. Quarterback Lionel Gates, the junior signal caller up under center. Pitch goes to the first man through on the right side will be Jason Stafford. He's a sophomore running back, 6-footer, 170-pounder. Gets the ball out over the 10 to around
By Denley.
perhaps about the 13-yard line.
Gain of 3.
We'll give him 3, bring up a second and 7 situation here for the Lions. Ram defense getting set out there, and the Lions break their huddle and work their way up to the line of scrimmage as well, as Lionel Gates sits his wishbone in the backfield. Give goes to the tailback off the left side with daylight out over the 20. Finally wrestled down around the 22-yard line. Jason Stafford, I think, with a carry. Check that. That's going to be Jeremy Stafford, the sophomore 160-pounder. Plenty of room for a Lion first down.
First down line.
Chain crew will move the sticks across the way. Ken, that play's been pretty effective for the Lions on certain occasions tonight. I don't know why the coaching staff doesn't let it go to it more often here.
Yeah, I think maybe Vardaman is just relaxing a little bit because they have heretofore really shut them down, and I think when the time comes, they're just going to clamp down on them.
Give goes to the tailback off the left side. Once again, this is Jeremy Stafford with the carry. Out over the 25 to around the 27-yard line. We'll go Stafford. 28, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'll bring up a second down, and we'll call it 5 yards to go. We'll give him 5 on the previous carry.
Stop by Holloway along with
the ball is marked around the 28-yard line. Again, operating from Lion territory.
Down 5 for the Lions.
Clock winding down, under 2.5 minutes remaining in the half now. 2:22 to be exact, and is on the move. Vardaman 49, Biggersville 0. Vardaman flexing some Ram muscle so far here tonight. Out of the wishbone will go the Lions. Pitch sweep on the near side, going to Jason Stafford this time, and he is hammered down. Good stop defensively on a part of the Rams, and you can credit Jonathan Denley with a stop defensively for Vardaman. Now Stafford on his part. No gain, bring up a third down, and once again 5 yards to go. Denley is a junior, 190-pounder. He's a tight end offensively.
Loss of 1, bring up third down and 6 for the Lions.
Tell you what, Ken, these Vardaman Rams look a lot like some St. Louis Rams I saw play last Monday night against the Denver Broncos on the MNF. Did you catch that game?
Oh, it was an excellent game.
35-30, I think, was the final outcome in that one. Option on the left side. Quarterback in trouble here, trying to sweep outside is Lionel Gates. Does manage to get outside and finally wrestle out of bounds around the 28. Minimal gain on the carry. Ran a long way, but it was east and west instead of north and south. It'll be a punting situation here for the Lions. Fourth down. And about 4 yards to go for the first. We'll call it 4th and 4 here for Biggersville.
Your offensive stats for Biggersville, or what little they are, Jeremy Stafford's carried the ball quite a bit tonight. He's up to 44 yards on 10 carries. The quarterback Gaines has carried the ball 7 times for 1 yard. The other Stafford has carried the ball twice for 11 yards. As you see, the short punt, it looks like it will not be returned and will be down to about the 46-yard line of Vardaman. Leonard has carried the ball 6 times for 14 yards.
Vardaman will be in business once again offensively with just under a minute remaining in the half now, 59.4 seconds remaining to be exact. We'll see what the Ram coaching staff elect to do in this situation. Just try to run out the clock or perhaps try to put more points on the scoreboard. We'll have to wait and see. 1st and 10, Vardaman, as Ken mentioned, from their own 46-yard line. If memory serves correct, this may be some of the poorest field position that Vardaman started off with offensively here tonight, as strange as that may sound. 1st and 10, we'll go Vardaman. Give goes to Armstrong up the gut there with plenty of daylight. He's at the 45-yard line, still on his feet. Finally wrestled down from behind inside the 40, down around 38. What a run on the part of Odie Armstrong. He can really do it all. He's a senior 210-pounder. First down for Vardaman. Clock still moving, under half minute remaining now, 25 seconds and counting. As Brian West sets the offset two-man eye in the backfield. 2 wide out split to the right side this time. Pitch sweep on the right side going to Greg Horton. Horton at the 35, is at the 30, and finally taken down around the 30-yard line. Pretty good open field tackle that time on the part of a Lion. Again, a 32, which I don't have a listing for. Ken, you may have a listing for a 32.
That's Pete Davis.
Davis with a tackle, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. The first half is history. It's been all Vardaman so far here tonight. Vardaman 49, Biggersville 0. Here's Ken with a rundown on the first half statistics.
Well, I gave you a little information on Biggersville about the individual rushers, but let me give you the total yardage for Biggersville. They have 71 total yards on 31 plays, so that's a little over 2 yards per play, 5 first downs. For Vardaman, it's been all Vardaman tonight. In the first half alone, they have 341 yards of total offense on 20 plays, so that gives them about 15 yards every time they touch the ball. They have 7 first downs. Individually, Odie Armstrong has carried the ball 10 times for 197 yards and 4 touchdowns. Greg Horton has carried the ball 5 times, 85 yards, and scored twice. Edmondson carried the ball twice for 7 yards and had that fumble. Mims carried the ball 1 time tonight for 3 yards. Long is 1 for 2 passing and completed a 41-yard pass to Shaw that led to the Odie Armstrong touchdown. So at halftime, we have a 49-0 Vardaman lead. And we'll take you to a station break, and we'll be back for second half action in just a little bit. preference to say that, I've been working with and there was this time for it. So I'd look at, say that we had a thing, I'd look over there and see it. Look back and do that. Something about things that got processed and things like that. I didn't think about it. I let the ball go. The packet was going one way to the other. Empty coming the other way. So nobody needed it. So everybody was blue. I looked around, I said, nobody needed it. And then back at home, somebody on the other side stopped, let me in because it was right there. Way back. I was good. Wave at him, pull out. Some guy stopped in my yard. And I got my little person and went on. Went home. Got home at 11:30. Big start closing at 12. I called him up and I said, this is 10. He's coming back. I almost got my kid in. I need some sleep. I haven't been back. I didn't do them back because I really didn't do the days. I went to sleep 2 extra days before I came in. I gave 9 days for days. I got to talk about my picture. I mean, I live absolutely live. That was nuts. And I've been doing it
They did all their scores in the first half. And it wasn't because Bowden played such a strong second half. Bring him from now. It's going to be a good game for everything.
I think it really just comes down to Virginia beat
Really, it's huge like they did against Memphis last night.
I guarantee that attitude is BYU.
I know that.
But I'm saying,
Jack Tillman is coming or else for the big real fast.
Turn up the music, let's begin. Party on, party on, let me hear some noise. Party went down, they swam the boys, there's a party over here.
I heard on the
Tossing down up in the air, now try to catch it. There he went, his bird.
You're going to start the same.
And we're back to action here from Carter Field as we see the score 49-0 at halftime. A little quick update down in Humphreys County. Calhoun Academy trailing with 3 minutes to go in the first period to Humphreys 6-0. So Calhoun Academy trailing early in the ball game on the road against a tough 2A school. And there's a good kick right there. It sort of bounced up and stopped at the 1. Gave Vardaman plenty of time to get back there. Sort of caught Biggersville off guard that time.
Matthew Harris on the return.
Matthew Harris on the return brings the ball out to about the 11, maybe 12 yard line for Biggersville. So another long way to go for Biggersville here starting off the second quarter. As I said, I am Adam Gore, joined tonight by Ken Johnson on color and stats, and also swapping out with me is Mitchell Johnson. I'd like to remind y'all some of the other games that you've probably already seen or will be seeing here on TV7 will be the Bruce Water Valley ball game. That's a big ball game in Yellowbusha County. Also, we got Houston and Grenada playing each other tonight. In Grenada, a battle of undefeateds there, so that should be a good ball game. As there's an option out to number 20, nothing doing, as he might have got back to the original line of scrimmage. No scratching for a loss of about 1 or 2. So that Vardaman defense still being stingy here in the ball game. Ken, if you could just give us a total amount of numbers that defense have allowed tonight for the Biggersville offense.
Well, Biggersville has a total of 71 yards on 31 plays, so they're averaging a little over 2 yards per play. But they are backed up at a 2nd and 11 situation. And the other Stafford's carrying, so the Stafford brothers are carrying the brunt of the load tonight for Biggersville.
And Stafford is not getting it done tonight for Biggersville. As we said, this Vardaman defense being real stingy. I believe that's a yard loss there, so it's going to be 3rd down and 3 to go. So this is possession down for Biggersville here, and they want to try to just at least earn a little respect, put points on the board, do something other teams have rarely had a chance of doing against this Vardaman team. I really don't know if they've allowed any points this year. I know last game they did not, and in the first game I'm really not for sure what the final score of it was. There's a pitch out to number 44. Tries to cut back in the middle. Nothing doing there. I believe he might got back to the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to be 4th down and a long way to go. We'll say about 10 to go for the Lions.
Gain of 3 will bring up 4th down and 10 for the Lions.
Okay, so the Rams have only allowed 6 points this season. 41-6 is the first score of the ball game. So they've had a whole amount of 96-6. The total of 2 games, they've outscored their opponents, so that's huge right there, as Biggersville once again will be back to punt. Once again, forgive me there, that's Vardaman. Did not have nobody back to return that time.
Excellent kick there by number 12. And Vardaman will have the excellent field position again, 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
So that's about where they've averaged starting off in this ball game. They have not had poor field position. I think the poorest they might have been the 35 at the least. So Vardaman really getting good opportunities to start off field position tonight in this ball game. 49-0 is your score from Carter Field. Vardaman putting on a clinic early, offensively and defensively, as Odie Armstrong has been the story tonight as he's back at that tailback position. Ken, how many yards has Odie got so far in the ball game?
197 on 20 carries. No, 10 carries, I'm sorry. 10 carries. So
Odie is getting the job done, and there's the ball again. And Odie sprints up the middle. He's got one man to beat. Just runs right by him. He's off to the races.
There he goes.
There's Odie Armstrong, as we talked about. He putting on a clinic right there. Just ran that one straight up the middle. I don't know if he got much off the line that time. Just ran by everybody. 60 yards, touchdown run. Right there for Odie. So Odie's piling up the yardage against this Biggersville team. And Ken, you think about it, that right there could have been the last carry we see Odie Armstrong carry tonight.
Yeah, he has that's his 5th touchdown tonight. He has 257 yards on 11 carries.
So that's going to send in Guerrero, who has been doing a good job at the kicking position tonight. Kick is up. And once again, it is good. So Guerrero tacking on the PAT. And I'll tell you what, we'll keep it here as we're going to give you a quick rundown of the sponsors. Be sure and go out and thank all these sponsors tonight that are sponsoring this Rams football action for you. We have Grisanti Rebel Motors in Oxford. We have Classic Exteriors of Houston, Grenada Nissan. That's 226-2116. You can talk to Ricky Hill at that number, 226-2116. You have Pylon Wholesale Furniture, Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, Parker Brothers Trucking in Dermer, Ward Shortstop of Vardaman, Mont Supermarket, Albert's Staffing, and Taylor Cabinets and TDS Telecom Incorporated. And again, I don't know about you, but I am getting attacked by bugs up here. Vardaman's moved their lights back this year. They were in front of us, so we never had this problem, but right now it's getting sort of terrible. As you see, a few of them on the screen.
Oh, yeah, they are everywhere as the kick sails out of bounds, and Biggersville will have a pretty good field position.
That's the second kick to go out of bounds. The illegal procedure is going to be the call off the kickoff for the Rams, so that's the second time they kicked it out of bounds tonight. And really, that's only been the break the Biggersville has got that's given them the best field position to start off with tonight is the 2 kicks after the illegal procedure, so they start at their own 35-yard line. Just to give you how tough the Biggersville's going tonight, I don't believe they have over 4 first downs in the ball game.
They do have 5, but they've got 4 of them on 1 possession, as Vardaman kind of relaxed a little bit, and then they stiffened up as the handoff is to number 6, and that will be Montoya Leonard.
Yeah, it's a little misdirection play that time by Biggersville, trying to shake things up and put in new plays against this Ram defense, see if they can make things happen. That's a good carry that time. We give him credit for a gain of about 6 yards. So it'll be second down and 4 to go.
They'll give Leonard 7 carries, 20 yards tonight.
Once again, a little misdirection play. Hand out to number 20, nowhere to go.
Jeremy Stafford will go out of bounds at about the 45-yard line at the first down marker, but we have a flag down on play, and we have a offensive face mask, so it'll come back.
It's a good call that time as the stiff arm starter got caught up high. Looked like sort of intentional face mask at that time. We'll see if it's a 5 or a 15-yard penalty. And, of course, the Rams are going to accept this penalty to back them up, as that would have picked up the first down, I do believe, for the Lions.
The referee talking to Brian Pennick earlier and said, let's back them up.
And that's only going to be a 5-yard penalty. As we take a look at the Rams program, we got Johnson's Farms. I believe that's going to be a little Mitchell right there. So Mitchell getting in a little bit of Rams sponsored action. And Mitchell, you have to be proud as a sponsor right now the way this team's playing early in the season. So that's going to back them up, second down, and we'll say a long 7 to go for the Lions. 3 men in the backfield. And nothing doing that time as there's nothing but blue shirts in the backfield for the Rams. On the stop, number 54, 52, 42, 56. We give Chris Penny the tackle and the rest of the guys the assist.
Bring up 3rd down and 7.
3rd down and 7 to go. Possession down for the Lions, and they want to get something started here. Hadn't seen much of an air attack out of them. Kim, how many attempts have they got? I know they hadn't connected tonight, but I believe they've only had about 3 or 4.
Gaines is 0 for 2 for no yards, of course.
So there's really been no threat in the air tonight against this Rams defense. There's a handoff to number 44 going across Grain as he is tackled by a whole host of Rams once again. Jeremy Stafford as he gets the ball on up the field. 3rd down, make it 4th down and 1 yard to go. And this late in the ball game, this far out, you've got to go for it if you're a Lion here just to make something happen against this Rams defense. So it's a gain of 6, 4th down and 1 to go for the Lions.
If you are working from the premise that wherever Vardaman is, they can score, you might as well go for it, especially if you're trailing 56-0. So nothing to lose here.
And that has been the case. That's 3 possessions I know of for sure. I believe it's only been for 1 play. As the ball looked like it come loose there for a second. We have a flag on the play, but I guess that was a bug flying from the camera that time. But I believe they've only had 3 possessions where they scored off the first handoff of the possession. If you take a look at the bugs right there as they're attacking Ken on his back, he's got a grasshopper on his back there. Ken going beyond the Call of Duty with being attacked by bugs. I tell you what, this is pretty rough. You know, it's a good cool night. You know, we've been complaining about the weather, but I tell you what, I'd almost take the heat versus the bugs. I don't know.
That's pretty good. But Mississippi State, man, getting the bugs off of me and not pushing me off the top of the press box. So things are looking good.
That penalty was against the Lions, so they're going to punt it away here on 4th down. I tell you what, Vardaman's back there all night, almost blocking them, as they're just going to let that one go once again, and it's going to be down. Sort of a mistake that time, I do believe, by the Lions. He grabbed him before he had a chance to let the ball roll. Looks like it's going to take a favorable roll for the Lions, but either way they go, the ball is down just behind the 30, give them 29-yard line for the Rams. That's where they're going to set up shop, and we're going to see what the defense can do this time, at least hold them for 2 offensive possessions.
One of the interesting stats is despite the 401 yards of total offense by Vardaman, they only have 7 first downs because every time you score a touchdown, it doesn't count as a first down. So that's kind of a misnomer there. But really, the offensive night, 401 yards of total offense for Vardaman on only 21 plays.
And we do have Horton in the backfield now as Armstrong has checked out. Horton's had a good night. As soon as I say that, he loses the ball. And that's going to be, they're going to say rolled down by the ground, so they're going to say the ball remains to the Rams. So as soon as I compliment on Horton, he goes and fumbles the ball. That's been the case. As soon as we talk good about one guy, he's going to make us look bad here on TV. As we have official timeout here coming from Carter Field with 4:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching Rams football here on TV7, TV 34, W07BN.
Back to action now with 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. This is Mitchell Johnson. I'll be taking over the play-by-play for Adam. He has had the camera duties and the play-by-play partially tonight. Of course, Ken Johnson, our statistician and color man as well. 2nd down for the Rams and about 13 or 14 to go for the 1st. Give goes to Greg Horton, right side, nothing doing there. He is swarmed under by a host of Lion defenders. And on the stop defensively for the Lions will be John Tyler Thompson, senior 260-pounder, defensive tackle. The 3rd down situation facing Vardaman in about 15 or 16 now to go for the 1st. They are operating from their own end of the football field around the 23-24, checking in offensively for Vardaman. Looks like Ben Thacker. He is a sophomore 250-pounder. He's a tackle, and he will replace Brian Penick. He is a guard, junior, 190 pounds. Possession play coming up here for Vardaman as Brian West sets a 2-man offset eye in the backfield, wide out split left and right. Give goes to the tailback on the right side. Again, this is Tony Shaw with a carry, trying to find daylight, looking for a block. Changes his course, reverses the grain at the 20, still on his feet, stiff arms a would-be tackle at the 40, 1st down yards, midfield stripe down the near sideline, finally ran out of bounds in Lion territory. Penalty marker down, and that ball's going to be marked around the 37, 38-yard line. Face mask call, I think, coming up against the Lions. At least that's a preliminary indication. Personal foul against Biggersville. Face mask, that will be the call. So you can tack, I would think, 15 more yards on to the big gain on the part of Shaw. So the Rams will be in great shape offensively once again as far as field position is concerned. Some fans were screaming, get the ball, get the ball. I think the officials had whistled the play dead, if I'm not mistaken. They had already indicated the penalty infraction against Biggersville up to the press box. That was the case. We're all just being marked off for evidently just a 5-yarder against the Lions. That ball's marked down to their 23-yard line.
Hey, Mitchell, that is the big one. That's the 15-yarder. They marked the ball out at the 38, so they'll have it down to 23, so the big penalty.
Thank you, Ken. It'll be 1st and 10 for Vardaman from the Lion 23-yard line. Vardaman breaks hurdle and works their way up as Brian West sets his offense. Same offensive set. Biggersville showing a 4-down lineman defensively. Give goes to the tailback on the left side, Greg Horton. Horton with daylight out to around the 15-yard line or somewhere in that neighborhood. Major pickup on that carry. And we'll bring up a 2nd down. And about 1.5 yards to 2 yards to go for the 1st. We'll give him 8 on the previous carry. Double subs checking in for the Rams as Melvin Pierce and Chris Penick, I think, get a breather offensively on the near sideline. West sets a split backfield formation this time, 2-man set. Inside give goes to Trent Edmondson. Edmondson inside the 10, down around the 7-yard line.
1st down round.
Pretty good pickup as far as Edmondson is concerned to convert for a Vardaman 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal now for Vardaman. Once again, knocking on the door deep in Lion territory around the 7-yard line. Clock's on the run with 3 minutes and 34 seconds of operating time available. We're in the 3rd quarter. Vardaman 56, Biggersville 0. Give goes to Edmondson once again up the gut, twisting, turning around the 2, I think, or inside the 2, somewhere along that line. Bring up a second down and about 2 yards away from pay dirt. Vardaman doing it all here tonight. Completed some nice long passes. Established a very effective ground attack as well, and doing it on special teams too. Second and goal now for Vardaman.
Second and goal from the 2 for the Rams.
Edmondson once again with a carry. I think he's in. Judging from this angle, touchdown. Touchdown, Vardaman. Trent Edmondson got the call. Junior 150-pounder.
Mitchell, that was the quarterback. They faked the handoff, and the quarterback, Brian West, went in for the 2-yard touchdown.
Thank you, gentlemen. That surely faked me off up here, I'm telling you.
It was an excellent fake by the quarterback.
It certainly was. 6 more points go up on the board for Vardaman. 62-0 now your score. And, of course, Jose Guerrero on to attempt the PAT for the Rams. It's been perfect so far here tonight. Adams already signaling good with the PAT. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up. He's got the distance, he's got the accuracy. Guerrero has been excellent, unblemished here tonight with his extra point attempts. 63-0 your score with 2:55 remaining in the third. Let's take a break. You're watching Ram football on TV 7, TV 34, your local sports connections. Back in a moment. This is Tony Shaw putting his foot in it. Fair catch being signaled for at the 27-yard line by Jason Stafford, sophomore, 6-footer. And Biggersville once again will get their offense in motion, 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Heart really has to go out to these Biggersville Lions. Travel to Carter Field here tonight. And they are really getting a thrashing here at the tune of 63-0, still in the third quarter. Adam, I think we established the fact that Vardaman's only been scored on once this season. Is that correct?
Correct. The first game against, I forgot who it is against, but they only allowed 6 points in the first game of the season.
And that includes 3 games, including this one. 3 games, only 1 touchdown allowed by the Rams so far here this year. We know they have an explosive offense, but that says a lot for the Ram defense as well. Pitch sweep on the left side, trying to turn the corner. Not much daylight there for the ball carrier for the Lions. He was tackled by a host of Rams. Bring up a second down here, and about 7 yards ago, we'll give him 3 on the previous carry. I hear some cowbells in the background, Adam. What do you think?
Tell you what, they're already getting fired up.
Jeremy Williams and Brian Anderson on the stop for the Rams.
You know, we touched on the upcoming BYU-MSU game next Thursday, but Ole Miss has got a big matchup coming up tomorrow at Oxford against Auburn. And there will be some cat calls going out to Tommy Tuberville, I'm here to tell you.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's going to be an interesting game there.
2nd and 7 facing the Lions here. Here goes the first man through. He is stood up and hammered along the line of scrimmage. Good stop defensively on the part of Vardaman. I don't think he gained a yard. We'll give him no gain on the carry. 3rd down and once again about 7 to go.
How about Brian Anderson?
Bug situation is deteriorating by the minute. Ken's now got 2 crickets on his shoulder, I think. Let me grab those, Ken. That's some good brim bait.
Thank you there, Mitchell.
Possession play facing the Lions here. As Nick Bronner, your new signal caller for Biggersville. Pitch sweep on the near side going to Charles Wright. Right with daylight out over the 37 to around the 38, 39-yard line. Up close to 1st down yardage before he was tackled by a host of Ram defenders. And on the stop for Vardaman was Jeffrey Douglas. He's a freshman, 180-pounder. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Stop by Preston McGregor. Ben Thacker.
That ball is resting around the 39-yard line, operating from Lion territory. Under half minute now remaining in the third quarter. Clock is on the move at 27 seconds and counting. Ken, we touched earlier on some key matchups for the Vardaman Rams this year. Of course, you got to look down the road against Calhoun City at D.L. Harrison Field over there. And a big matchup next Friday night, as we talked about, too, against Smithville. Miscommunication in the backfield off the snap. New quarterback, Nick Bronner, fumbled the ball, but they did fall on the loose football. That'll do it for 3 full quarters of play. After 3, it's been all Vardaman. 63 Rams, 0 Lions of Biggersville. Let's take a station break. You're watching Vardaman Ram football on TV 7, TV 34, your local sports connections. Back in a bit. Back to action as we start the 4th quarter of play. It'll be second down facing the Lions here, and about 12 yards to go for the first, operating from their own 36-yard line. Your new quarterback, Nick Bronner, up under center, out the wishbone in the backfield. Goes to the first man through, and he's going to be upended about the line of scrimmage, and that's going to do it. Nothing doing on the carry right out the gut there. Leading the charge defensively for Vardaman was Preston McGregor. He is a freshman, 180-pounder. Bring up your third down. We'll call it 12 yards to go for the Lions. Again, operating from their own 37-38.
Stop made by Brenham Hayes along with Preston McGregor.
Same offensive set for Biggersville. Give goes to the tailback this time off the right side, trying to get outside, and he's going to be swarmed under. That was Matthew Harris with the carry, the senior at 170 pounds, finding little daylight, if any. And we'll bring up the 4th down punting situation once again for the Lions. Same song, different verse, Ken.
Yeah, it sure is. Anytime that Biggersville made out like they were going to do something, Vardaman eventually clamped down on them, and they really haven't done anything tonight. They have less than 100 yards in total offense, and we're into the 4th quarter by now.
Lionel Gaines back to booted away for the Lions. Gets a good snap back. No one deep to receive the punt for the Rams. It's going to take a Vardaman roll up to around the 37-yard line and be down at that point. So Vardaman will be in business offensively, 1st and 10 from their own 36-37-yard line. You know, Ken, we always like to talk SEC action. We've touched on the MSU-BYU contest. Ole Miss hosting Auburn tomorrow. Should be a very interesting and exciting game. I tell you, one that surprised me last weekend was when Alabama was defeated by UCLA in California. What do you think?
Yeah, that was disappointing for SEC. UCLA had a running back which Alabama couldn't stop, and they poured up some points on Alabama. Really surprised a lot of folks.
Certainly did, myself included. 1st and 10, we'll go the Rams. New signal caller in Cody Long. Cody Long got a 2-man eye in the backfield. Goes to the first man through. And this is T.J. Dawsett. Dawsett with daylight at the 40-yard line. Twisting, turning, fighting his way down the field. Finally hammered down around the 30. Great run on the part of T.J. Dawsett. He's a sophomore, 170-pounder. Out of the backfield. Big pickup on his carry. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for Vardaman. Also an interesting game last weekend out of the SEC as Tennessee narrowly defeated Southern Miss. That really didn't surprise me too much, Ken. What about you?
Me either, but Tennessee did look pretty good, even though the score was close.
I think Southern made a rally in the 4th quarter really to close the gap as far as the scoreboard is concerned and make it look a lot closer than it actually was. 1st and 10 for Vardaman. Give goes to the tailback off the left side. This is Demario Armstrong, still on his feet. And it's 25-yard line, fights his way to the 20, twisting, turning, finally whistled to the ground. 1st down yardage being registered by Armstrong with a carry off the left side. Rams are getting it in chunks now. No need to pass when you pick up yardage on the ground like this. Now, I've often heard it said, and it's true if you really think about it, only 3 things can happen on the pass play if you get the snap away and no penalty infractions called. And 2 of them are bad. Interception or incompletion. So your odds on the pass play are really stacked against you from the get-go. And why pass it when you can have success like this on the ground? 1st and 10 will go Vardaman with 8 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the 4th and final quarter. Vardaman 63, Biggersville 0. This one never in doubt from the get-go. Again, now this is Cody Long up under center for Vardaman. Give goes to the first man through off the right side. That was Dawsett once again with the carry, and he has popped hard in there. But he hops up quickly. He's okay. We'll give him about 3 yards on the pickup, bring up a 2nd down. Oh, what the heck, we'll give him 4. 2nd down and 6 yards to go here for the Rams. That ball is marked almost on the Biggersville 15-yard line. Clock continues to roll. Checking in offensively for Vardaman will be Brent Sullivan. He's going to replace Derek Nelson for Vardaman.
A lot of Vardaman players getting a chance to get that jersey dirty now.
Absolutely. Long up under center. 2 men high in the backfield. Give goes to first man through. This is Dawsett with a carry. Down to the 10-yard line. Dawsett, T.J. Dawsett, running back. He's a sophomore, 170. Close to first down yardage. Now they indicate field level that indeed the Rams have earned the first down. I think.
First and go around.
Should be first and go for Vardaman. That will be the case. Just inside the 10, between the 9 and the 10-yard line.
And Mitchell, that will put Vardaman over the 500-yard mark in total offense.
Wow, 500 yards in one ball game.
Oh, and Mitchell, only 31 plays.
Good. Great. What's that average, Ken?
Well, just off the top of my head, it'll be something like 16 yards.
My word, 16 yards a pop every offensive play on the average for Vardaman tonight. Give goes to the tailback off the right side, trying to fight his way into the end zone. He's close. Down around the 1, I think, will be Derek Nelson.
Armstrong on the carry.
Check that, Armstrong with the carry. I'm sorry.
Stop by.
Actually, they're going to mark it, let's see here. It's around the 1, I would think, maybe 1 or 2, somewhere in that neighborhood. Clock winds down to an even 6 minutes remaining in the contest now. Second down, goal to go, 2 yards away from pay dirt for the Rams. 63-0. Blowout here from Carter Field in the 4th. Cody Long, your signal caller. He's a freshman 150-pounder. 2 men high in the backfield. Again, give goes to Dawsett. Penalty marker down. He's in the end zone. Across the goal line, hit pay dirt. But we do have a yellow marker down on the play, holding against the Rams. So that touchdown scamper by T.J. Dawsett will be negated with a holding penalty infraction. Stop the clock at 5:33.
Holding on the Rams.
That'll be a 10-yard assessment. Okay, Ken, who you like in the SEC to win it all this year? Let's divide it up between the West and the East.
11-yard line.
It's going to be hard. I'll say Tennessee in the East and Alabama in the West.
Still going with the tie after the loss. Adam is going with Georgia in the East and Mississippi State out of the West. All right, this is going to be interesting as the season unfolds in the Southeastern Conference. Give goes to the tailback on the right side once again. Finding his way into the end zone, touchdown Vardaman. Mario Armstrong, the freshman, 145-pounder, hits pay dirt from about 11 yards away. 69-0 your score as he got a shot there of the scoreboard here at Carter Field. This one, as I mentioned earlier, never in doubt from the get-go. Mr. Automatic on to attempt the PAT, Jose Guerrero. He's a freshman kicker, 155-pounder. Jose waiting to snap back, hold us down, and kick his up line drive kick between the goal posts.
It's good by Guerrero.
And make a score, Vardaman 70, Biggersville 0, with 5 minutes and 1 second remaining in the contest. Let's take a break. You're watching Round Football on TV7, TV 34. Over Calhoun. Back to action here. 70-0 your score. 5 minutes and 1 second remaining in the contest. Vardaman all over Biggersville here tonight. Tony Shaw to boot it away for the Rams, and the kick sails out of bounds, as is done on a couple of occasions. Sails over into the concession stand area. Hope someone didn't get hit in the head by that errant kick. And Biggersville will be in business 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Penalty flag on the Rams.
We have a score to pass along to you as Calhoun Academy is facing Humphrey Academy this evening. What was that score again, Adam?
1st and 10.
Humphrey's leading Calhoun by a score of 20-0 at the half. Cougars finding the going rough and tough this evening, coming off a win last week against Hebron Christian, in which Adam Gore called last week for you here with the TV7, TV 34 crew. It'll be 1st and 10 for Biggersville when we resume play. Officials timeout on the field. All right, you guys have made your picks. Can you pick Tennessee out of the East and Alabama out of the West, correct?
Yes.
Adam picked Georgia out of the East and Mississippi State out of the West. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb here. This is, get this, guy. This is an extreme limb. I'm going to say Florida out of the East, and that's a real limb in it, I'm telling you. And I still like Alabama's chances out of the West.
It'll be close. Alabama State's good.
I think so. Mississippi State should make a good run for it this year if they can get an offense generated, which we saw a lack thereof against Memphis last weekend.
Oh, if the folks want to see a good game, a good entertaining game, tune in to Mississippi State and BYU. If you don't know much about BYU, they pass the ball all the time, and the games take usually 4 hours to play. So if you do want to watch it, be prepared to stay up to midnight. Brigham Young University is in Provo, Utah, and it's at almost 5,000 feet. It's going to be hard for the guys to get used to it, as we see the Biggersville player in trouble here, and he is tackled about a yard gain.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Ken.
Number 23 for Biggersville.
Charles Wright.
Charles Wright. But like I said, Brigham Young is at about 4,800 feet in elevation. Beautiful mountains surrounding the stadium. It holds 65,000 people. Brigham Young has 29,000 students.
Wow. That's coming from a true Brigham Young alum right there, I'm here to tell you, folks.
Yeah, BYU class of 85. I had a tremendous time when I was out there.
All right. Give goes to the first man through out the gut there. Bulldozing his way in there for a couple of yards. We're going to get the shots now of some of the players on the sideline for the Rams. That was Odie Armstrong, and Adam and I have talked about this, Ken, and see if you agree. We think Odie needs to be our player of the game this evening. What do you think?
Yeah, we can go ahead and go out on a limb and do that. Odie tonight, 5 touchdowns, 11 carries, 257 yards unofficially.
Wow. What a night for Armstrong. Third and about 7 to go here for Biggersville. Quarterback option is wrestled down in the backfield. Good defensive pursuit on the part of a Ram. I believe that might have been Caleb Tedder for the tackle for Vardaman. That will be the case. He's a sophomore and a 50-pounder. Caleb making the stop defensively for Vardaman. They'll bring up a 4th down here for Biggersville, and about 10 yards to go.
With only 3:10 left in the game, Vardaman has scored so much that I've got rider's cramp. So I put the pen down and all my stat sheets and called it quits for tonight.
Punter gets a one hopper back to him. The official's going to whistle the play dead before we get a kick away. Let's see what's going on here. Come on, guys. It's too late tonight to be calling penalties everywhere. Let's get this one in record books and call it a night.
Procedure against the line.
This is the highest scoring game I've ever witnessed, one-sided.
I have to agree. I can't remember another one being this big of a blowout. Do you, Adam? You do.
5-yard penalty, more than 15.
2 academy games. Oh my word! Well, we won't elaborate on that. Adam and I both attended Calhoun Academy. We won't talk about and we won't talk about which side the blowout had occurred either. Punter gets a snap back and the kick is away. It's going to hit around the 40, roll inside the 35, and be inside the 30 and down around the 29-yard line. I have to say, though, that Adam Calhoun Academy really making a good showing last Friday night against Hebron Christian. They had the talented running back that had ran for the Houston Hilltoppers, Shane Stafford, and I believe the Cougars really shut him down last Friday night.
Yeah, they did a good job shutting out Shane, and they've got a young team. They got a good running back themselves in Tyler Parker. But Coach Wingate's really just a story that's coming there. Him and Coach Jones come in, got some good discipline, and got some guys out there with confidence in winning. So they're starting off new, and that's new to them to getting used to winning. So as we said, they're losing this ball game, but Humphreys is a good team. But I'm looking for the Academy to have a good rest of the season on out.
Hopefully so. Calhoun Academy in battle, as we mentioned a moment or two ago, against Humphreys Academy tonight. Bruce is on the road this weekend, and Calhoun City's on the road as well. Vardaman's the only team in the county playing at home this weekend. Pickup of yardage on the carry, 5 or 6 yards. Make it move the marker back now. We'll give him 3. Bring a 2nd down here and 7 to go for the Rams.
Stop by Harris. 2nd down, 7 for the Rams. Gain of 3 on the play.
I tell you what, Adam, I was talking about Calhoun Academy. They have one of the biggest fan bases in the county, too. I mean, you go over there on any given Friday night when football season's going on there playing at home, and you're going to see a packed house. 2nd and 7 here for the Rams. Long up under center. Give goes to the first man through. He's going to be hit, but he does manage to get a yard or two in the carry, I think. Good individual effort on his part after the initial hit. And that was a 44 with the carry for the Rams, who unfortunately I don't have a listing for. Ken, you might have one. I'm not sure.
I don't have a listing.
All right, it was 44 on the carry. We apologize for no listing.
44 on the carry for the Rams.
As we mentioned earlier, Vardaman will be at Smithville next week, and then they will return home to face Hamilton, and then the city down the road, Calhoun City game will be September 29th.
Big matchups down the road for the Rams, as Ken mentioned. Vardaman with an outstanding ball club this 2000 campaign. 3rd down here, possession play for the Rams. 2-man eye in the backfield. Give goes to the first man through. Driving those powerful legs for 2 or 3 yards on the pickup before he is hammered down. That was Jonathan Denley with the carry, I think. Or make that, again, the 44.
This will be the last play.
We don't have a listing for. Clock is at 17 seconds and counting here in the 4th quarter of play, so they should do it.
Looking at the schedule, the Rams travel to Monroe County next week.
Well, Mitchell, thus far it's Vardaman 166 and everybody else 6.
Oh, my word. Rams have scored 166 points in this young 2000 season in only 3 games and held their opponent to 6. This is truly amazing stuff, folks. This is, you don't see this every year. Vardaman's loaded to the bone this year. Final score, Vardaman 70, Biggersville 0. We're going to take it down for a post-game interview or two. Stay with us. You've been watching Ram football on TV7, TV 34. Any last comments, Ken, you'd like to make before we sign off from the top of the press box here?
Well, the Vardaman fans should stay tuned all season and expect great things from their ball club.
Absolutely. Back in a moment with a post-game interview. Welcome back to Carter Field. We're talking with the head coach of the Vardaman Rams, Coach Mark Bray. And, Coach, congratulations on a big win here tonight against Biggersville.
It was. We expected a lot bigger challenge than what we got, but our kids came out and got after them early, and it was pretty much over after the 1st quarter.
It certainly was, and it looked like you executed well on both sides of the ball, offensively, defensively, and special teams played a big role here tonight, too.
They did. You know, we played a well all-around game tonight and couldn't be happier.
Well, you got a big division matchup next Friday night. You're on the road against Smithville. Any comments or thoughts about that upcoming game?
Of course, Smithville is going to always be good. They always play us tough, and we're expecting an extremely tough game.
It certainly should be humdinger, and we're going to be there to cover it as well here with the TV7, TV 34 crew. I tell you what, you really can't say enough about the fan support you have here at Vardaman. We were making a comment earlier during the ball game. I think you've scored 160-something points in the 3 games so far this year and held your opponent to only 6. That's got to be some kind of record. That's really amazing.
It is, and of course the competition hadn't been real strong yet, but still to do that you have to play extremely well.
That's
and
true.
We have.
That's true. Well, congratulations, Coach, and good luck throughout the remainder of the year.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Odie. Continuing now with our post-game report, we're here with the star of the game, Odie Armstrong. Odie had a great game here tonight, and noticed the line was doing a lot of open field blocking for you downfield there.
Yeah, I got to go out to my line. They did a very good job opening up the holes, and they were there, and I just hit them.
I think you had like 250-something yards on only 11 carries, and that's quite an amazing night. I tell you what, a lot of guys don't get that much yardage in 2 or 3 games, but you really racked up the yards here tonight. It looked like you did a good job in the open field once you broke through the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the hole, like I said, the hole was there, and I just saw the big play, and I just made them.
Well, you got a big game coming up next Friday night, a big division foe against Smithville. Any thoughts about that game?
Well, we ain't thought about it yet, but I'm sure soon money comes. It's going to be on our mind. We're going to work hard to get that victory again.
Congratulations, Odie. Played an outstanding game, and good luck throughout this year.
All right, thank you.